Welcome to Learn by Choice. So in this video we are going to talk about what is a holding company and what are the benefits and what are the disadvantages. So holding company is nothing but a company holds another company. For example, it not only holds the other company but also controls other companies. If you want me to give an analogy, for example, I have 30 lakhs of rupees in my bank account and I want to start some 2-3 companies, but I don't have expertise in any of those companies. So what I have decided is I am hiring 3 people, 3 of my friends, and I'm giving them 10 lakhs each. I'm also telling them to put part of the money as their own capital, so that I put 10 lakhs and each of my friend is bringing 9 lakhs each. So with that 19 lakhs, each of my friend is starting a different company. For example, one person is starting a export and import company, the other person is starting a computer related company, and the third person is starting a departmental store. So these 3 people are starting their own company related to their business in different parts of the country, start doing well, and they are earning good. So out of their earning, every year they are giving me dividends. Actually don't participate in the affairs of the company, in the day-to-day affairs of the company, but at the same time I can say what strategically I can decide them, tell them what is to be done, what not to be done, because I am the major stakeholder of the company, because I have put 10 lakhs whereas my friends each have put only 9 lakhs of money. So I am holding more than 50% of the shareholding of the company. So this is in simple terms about the holding company. So holding company, there are a lot of benefits. There are tax benefits and also there are legal benefits for the company. The holding company also benefited, and also the company which is controlled by the holding company also benefited. It's a win-win situation. This holding company is not a new concept. It is originally developed in America, United States of America. Now it is widely used. Now, most of the multi corporations, and also even in Indian context, there are a lot of big corporations. They work based on the holding company. So let us see one by one what is holding company. So it started in United States of America, this concept of holding company, and even in the Indian context, as per Companies Act 2013, Section 2/46, it defines what's a holding company. So as a holding company, it can appoint directors and also influence the decisions of the controlling companies. So branding of the controlled companies will be easy. The holding company won't interfere, and also expanding of holding companies will be very easy at a global level, and entry into certain business and also exit from certain business also will be very easy. So the holding companies, they own the properties, real estates, patents, trademarks and intellectual properties. But normally these holding companies will not be doing any manufacturing directly or offering any services, but there are some exceptions also. The holding companies, for doing various operations, they create subsidiaries. So they holding company, they normally they don't produce goods and services. So the holding companies holds more than 50% of the equity, so that it controls the composition of the board of the other companies. So it appoints the board of directors, it also appoints the directors, independent directors, and it can remove those directors. It can appoint the professional managing director to manage the affairs of the company. By forming holding company and also controlling companies underneath, so there is protection from the laws, and also tax liability also reduced, and the legal liabilities arising from these controlled companies may not affect the holding companies. Recently, the Government of India is proposing to form holding company structure among its RRBs. So in the Indian context, there are 43 regional rural banks, which is formed in between a nationalized bank and also NABARD and the respective state government. So the government is planning to introduce holding company structure among RRBs, so that to bring the professionalism in managing the RRBs of these banks. Parent holding company, offspring holding company and pure holding company. So there are minor difference between all these. So parent holding company means a company which is also into operations. They spin off some of their operations into the other company which is controlled by them. Here the parent company and also the controlled company, so both will be doing operations. In case of pure holding company, the holding company will not be doing any manufacturing and services, or they will not be doing any operations, but they control some of the subsidiaries under them which are doing various operations. So that's the difference between the parent and pure holding company. So in case of offspring holding company means a company will be taking out some of their businesses so that the subsidiary company is doing these operations on behalf of the holding company. So the existing corporations acquire the controlling stake in another existing company. So it may also start a new company. The pure holding companies unites all the subsidiaries underneath. So the operating companies look after the actual operations. The parent companies, so they are also into operations, they may spin off the operating units. So controlling stake is nothing but the company, the holding company is owning more than 50% of the shareholding of the controlled company so that it gains control on the other companies. So controlling stake means forming the board of directors, and also the managing director of the company is in the hands of the holding company. The controlling stake is a terminology which distinguishes the holding company from the other mutual funds or hedge funds. So even though these mutual funds and hedge funds, even though they own part of the share in a company, but the controlling stake is always with the holding company. So the global companies, they are expanding the worldwide. For example, a company which is having presence in India, China, Japan, so they may form separate holding company for each country separately. Structuring the investment through Mauritius. So the Mauritius, we have the double taxation avoidance agreement, so that the holding companies are set up in Mauritius, so that the operating companies are set up in India. So because of that, the tax outgo of these companies will be reduced. Holding companies can also base its presence in any country with less tax. That is possible. So the operating companies can be set in the actual business country, whereas the holding company can set up its shop in a country where its tax is less or tax liability is less. The owned company's borrowing cost may come down if the loan is guaranteed by holding company. The holding company, because of the strength of the balance sheet and also the strong board of directors and the strong management of the holding company, they can always guarantee the loan of their controlled company, so that the borrowing cost of the controlled companies will come down. And the subsidiary companies, if they are into legal trouble, it is not going to affect the holding companies. So the owned companies may file for bankruptcy. So it may also file if there is any default, and if the company's financial is not strong, it may file for bankruptcy. So their bankruptcy will not affect the holding company. Parent company and also holding company need not be liable to pay off the debt of the owned company. So for example, the subsidiary company is having huge debt from a bank or a financial institution. So it is not needed that the holding company should pay the double, because both are functioning separately. So wealthy families, normally the kids, they inherit easy. Their inheritance process is very easy because they have to hold part of their holding company instead of, for example, a wealthy family is having multiple subsidiaries. So the kids, the children, when they are inheriting the property, it's not that they have to own the subsidiary, they can own the holding company, that's more than enough. The other benefit of holding company is it need not participate in the day-to-day affairs of the company. And selling and divesting the owned companies is also very easy. For example, a company into various business and it's having multiple subsidiaries. If the holding company feels that a particular subsidiary is not doing well, and it can hive off it, or it can also easily divest in particular company so that it can make profit. So there are two kinds of holding companies. One is conglomerate, the other one is umbrella corporations. So conglomerate is very, very big, and they own unrelated businesses. That's a uniqueness of conglomerate. Whereas the umbrella corporations, they form various controlling companies, but all these companies are doing the related business. It's not radically different. So the umbrella corporation, the examples are JP Morgan, Amazon and FB. So Facebook and all, it is related to social media, it's owning WhatsApp and Instagram. And Amazon is having Amazon Music and Amazon Prime, and these are all related to digital. And JP Morgan also is having, it's a finance company, it's owning multiple subsidiaries related to finance. So there are advantages and also demerits. As far as the advantages are concerned, the holding companies, it's a single tax return is filed. it's consolidating the revenues and expenditure of all the controlling companies, and the earning, losses and profits are segregated. That is also possible. And they get dividends from the owned companies. One subsidiary may be making good profit, whereas the other company may not be. So the profits and loss are adjusted so that the tax liability is reduced for the holding company, and consolidated take a tax return, it reduces the tax liability, and the management also continuous. For example, a holding company is acquiring a new company, and the new company's management and its staff can continue, so that the continuous management will ensure that profitability is also continuous. So the demerits are overcapitalization. The holding company will be very strong, and also the capital also will grow like anything, and it may create monopoly. For example, the conglomerate kind of thing, they may create a monopoly. So they may be into finance, they may be into technology, they may be into non-bank finance, and also they may be into banking, and also maybe it may be FMCG goods. So they may create a monopoly, and misuse of power. Because of monopoly, there is maybe a misuse of power, and they may become an economic powerhouse. Maybe, or it may not be in the interest of the country's population. And the exploitation of subsidiaries. But for example, the subsidiaries, since because of the controlling stake, the subsidiaries will be controlled and exploited, and the holding company may try to do tax arbitrage so that they can set up the shop in one particular country where its tax is less, and also show the profit in a country where the tax is very less, and it may not even pay the tax in countries where they are actually getting business. So the examples of holding companies are Alphabet, Tata in our country, and also Berkshire Hathaway, Johnson & Johnson and Amazon. So there are some kind of permitted and non-permitted transactions. So the loan and guarantee for principal business. The holding company can give loan or guarantee to its subsidiary only for the principal business of the controlled companies. And the transaction between both the parent company and also the controlled companies is classified as related party transaction. It's not that all related party transactions are illegal, but there are certain transactions are illegal. This has to be avoided. And the holding companies cannot allocate its own shares to each subsidiary. That is also another non-permitted transactions. The cross holdings also, there are restrictions as per the laws of the country. And the loan cannot be given by the owned companies to the directors of the holding company. So from a subsidiary, it cannot lend to the directors of the holding company. Thank you for watching Learn by Choice.